The following recordings were recovered from a closed ward. The subject's identity has been sealed. What remains is the testimony of a woman who was told her reality wasn't real and who kept the receipts anyway. These are not confessions, they are not cries for help. They are documentation of what happens when a person is dismantled, diagnosed, and dismissed and refuses to stay broken.
Test. This audio is the official intake record file for a new female patient who, for security reasons, I will refer to as Subject 628. Start with a version of yourself that nobody else has ever met, the one that you hid from your family, your husbands, even yourself. Who is she?
I am all. I am none. I am me. I am you. I'm the devil. And I'm God. I'm the void. Everything and nothing. All at once.
What did you want to be when you were little?
A mom, put simply. I always wanted to be a mom, but that was never the cool answer. I did daydream about singing in front of crowds or cooking on TV like Rachel Ray. I would actually pretend I was whispering my words so nobody would ask who I was talking to. And I haven't thought about that in forever.
What kind of grades did you carry through school? And what did that say about you back then?
Well, I was an average student mostly. My head stays in the clouds. What's that saying about me then? I'd probably say the perfectionism was functioning well. I didn't have the room in my brain for school. There was too many thoughts, emotions, songs, always playing, and sometimes, or rather frequently, all at once.
How did you spend your free time as a child? What brought you joy before the world told you not to?
I used to draw all kinds of things. Mostly fashion, but dancing also. I danced a lot as a child.
What would you say was the most chaotic part of your childhood?
Well, when your baseline is chaos, how does one tell? But if I had to choose, probably 14 to 16. I was turning into a woman. I'd already been exposed to sex, drugs, and had been going around with a tween-sized body, but built like a 20-year-old woman. I wasn't in any single group or clique. I was actually picked on a lot, bullied. But that was around the time where my mom's drinking got bad. And it was like watching her Jekyll and Hyde, like a verb. She would be so mean or cold, unimpressed with me, really. I was the butt of the family jokes, the troublemaker, the scapegoat, the oldest, the example. Watching my mom behave like she did, I hated myself and I felt responsible for her drinking because she said to me, "Your brother's epilepsy and what your dad did to you is the reason I drank." And I remember she tried to kill herself in the bathtub. And I think it was the winter after I turned 14. And I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills. And I didn't want to die. I just wanted to stop hurting.
What did you believe about yourself back then that you don't believe now?
That there, well, that there are good people on this planet. I haven't met one. Every person that I ever loved or cared about, they all hurt me, except my babies.
When did you first realize that your family's story about you wasn't true? And what did it cost you to know that?
I remember I was 30. Uncontrollable circumstances and a family death, all out of state, and I just went. I didn't budget well for gas, so staying with my mom, with my partner and kids, was the only option. I went into the deepest depression of my entire life. Everything was wrong. My house with all of my things sat 5 states away, and I couldn't get to it. And after my third child, I developed postpartum, and I didn't deal with it and went back to work when he was 6 months old, maybe 5 months. I went into manic, and by the time we landed at my mom's, I was exhausted from working 7 days a week as a store manager. I lost my job. But I guess to answer your question, during that time, not only was I dealing with a lot of repressed things, my mother's house was actually a place that I lived in before she did, and I had experienced violent physical assault in that home, and we stayed there for 8 months. And I remember sitting in that recliner in her living room watching life happen like it was a movie happening around me, and I was stuck. And by the end of that stay, the romanticized version that I had of my mother, that I had of my whole life, had been completely ripped off. The rose-colored glasses were gone.
If you had to name the exact moment you started to disappear into other people's versions of you, when was it?
I might need a second for that one. Well, first of all, I don't even think I can name the first time. I believe I was probably too young, and I think that's been something I do or go through or have gone through in different phases and at probably different intensities throughout my life. I think that I've always disappeared into other people's versions of me, like a chameleon or a shapeshifter. All the broken pieces fitting together just the right way for whatever specific person or reason.
What did you believe about yourself at your absolute lowest, and who taught you to believe that?
I'm only good when I'm being used for other people's pleasure or entertainment or service. I don't think I could pinpoint who exactly taught me that. It's not, I think it's just a learned behavior over time, I guess.
And finally, what did your family mean to you then? And what does family mean to you now?
I think I was so neglected that the only example of what family was came from Disney movies that I would watch on loop I thought family meant love and protection, but now I understand it to be a profound sense of emotional pain and trauma and suffocating obligation, control, conditional acceptance. I love them. I do. I also believe that they did the best that they could with what they had, but intent doesn't erase impact. And I can't say that family is any really one thing. It's not only blood, and it's not just the ones that you choose, not just work family or friends, not one certain type of family. None of them are exempt from harming you or betraying you. So I love them, but I'm all I got, and I have to love me first.